Very often, patients with CLL will have no symptoms whatsoever. Someone may have blood counts checked for reasons totally unrelated to cancer, and then the disease is incidentally identified at that point. As the disease progresses, usually over the course of several years, patients may develop lymph node swelling, enlargement of the glands in your neck or your armpits. You may develop some fatigue, shortness of breath, bruising. CLL is currently an incurable disease with the tools that we have available for treatment. Most patients live for a long time with this disease, but the goal of treatment is basically to control it, not to cure it. But we want to minimize symptoms related to the disease and treatment and try and prevent complications and basically preserve someone's quality of life as much as possible. So in terms of treatment for CLL, the first question is, do we need treatment at all? So a lot of times people can be just observed closely without therapy for a number of years. When the time comes that you need therapy, historically, we used chemo, but in recent years, we've shifted away from that. And a lot of the therapies now focus on targeted agents and pills that patients take either indefinitely or for a set period of time that, again, control the disease. When we're trying to decide when to initiate therapy for CLL, we are monitoring a patient's symptom burden and their blood counts. And we want to try and intervene with therapy before they become overly symptomatic or their blood counts kind of drop to more of a concerning range. When I start treatment for CLL, I always have a discussion with the patient where we kind of review a number of factors like the disease characteristics, the genes involved in the CLL cells. We review a patient's other medical conditions and also talk about patient preference for therapy. One thing to always keep in mind is, are there any clinical trial options available? While we have, very effective targeted therapies for this disease right now, there's still a lot of room for improvement. So I think at any phase of the disease process, it's always worth talking with your doctor about what clinical trial options there are to try and improve outcomes for, yourself or patients down the road.